Oof. Ooh. This is a new one. I have not experienced having hiccups when trying to start a video before. Hi, hello, welcome. Please excuse my hiccups if they do continue. I vastly apologize. But yeah, I'm ready to get started with this taste test. Okay, I think I'm good. Anyways, hi, hello, welcome to today's video. My name is Courtney, and I'm very excited for today's video because while it is, yes, a Valentine's Day taste test, there's more to it than that. So today I've got 3 different things that are Valentine's Day themed, and then 3 things that are all new chocolate items, just new to the market. Hello, this is Silly. He won't be taste testing anything, but he's here to get in the way. Hello. Anyways, as I've stated before, side note, while this is technically my kitchen table, I don't ever eat at this table, and if anybody were to ever eat at this table, it would be immensely scrubbed down, just in case anybody was ever wondering. Anyways, back to the taste testing. Okay, so it's also even more interesting because one of the Valentine's Day items is from the dollar store. And if you have watched any of my videos before that are either completely dollar store taste testing or include stuff from the dollar store, you know that it is a massive hit or miss when it comes to the dollar store. Hold please. Anyways, so like I was saying, this one is even more interesting because I've got a dollar store item in here and I've never seen it before anywhere else, and that leads me to believe it could very well be questionable. But yeah, with that being said, let's jump into it and get started. Okay, so the first item is from Target, and I honestly probably could have done an entire just Target Valentine's Day stuff taste test because they had a lot of different interesting things, but one of the only things that I had never seen before and looked the most interesting were these chocolate raspberry flavored cookies. I know they looked cute, they looked interesting, and then I kind of highly doubt it, but on the back it says turn cookies into conversation hearts, use icing writers to add sweet messages, and I highly doubt that there's going to be those icing writers in the box, but like, one could hope, because that'd be pretty cool. But if not, I'm wondering, like, do they sell packs of them? Because I didn't see them, but I wasn't necessarily looking for them. Okay, yeah, nothing else in the box, just a bag of what I'm assuming is cookies. Okay, first off, they smell like brownies. They're rather cute. Okay, that's super interesting because I was very much expecting it to be a sweet raspberry flavor, but it's a rather tangy raspberry flavor. I was not expecting that. I thought it would be very sweet, but there's the sweet from the chocolate. It's almost like a chocolate shortbread cookie, but then you get like a very tart, bright raspberry flavor that I was definitely not expecting. I think I honestly would have liked it if it was a little more on the sweet end rather than hitting you with that tart raspberry flavor. I'd probably give these like a 6 if I had to give it a score. They're interesting, they're different, they're good, but they're not what I was expecting. Huh. They're interesting, they're good, maybe like 6.5. Okay, so next up is one that I was actually not expecting to put in this video at all. When I bought it, I just bought it as a little snack for myself, a little treat. Okay, so there's Sour Punch Hearts in the flavors watermelon, cherry lemonade, and fruit punch. And honestly, I had not purchased these for a video because I was under the impression there's no way I hadn't already tried them. Like, I figured they were something that had been out for years, that I definitely already tried. And then when I opened the bag and looked at them, I was like, oh, these don't look familiar. I don't think I've ever tried these. And then anytime I ever talk about Sour Punch candy here on this channel, I mentioned that it's got kind of this like weird aftertaste that I don't totally love, but I bought these anyways because I wanted something sweet and sour. And then I had them and I was like, oh, these are not what I thought. So let me show them to you. And they don't have the weird aftertaste that I'm always talking about. They have such good flavor. They're sour. All the three flavors are very different. They're a little on the chewier side, but these things are so good. These are phenomenal. Now, what is even better, and if you find these, I would recommend these like 20 times over, are the Jelly Belly Sour Lips. These things are probably one of my favorite candies of all time, and when I found them at the first point of this holiday season, I bought 3 bags of them, and I have not seen them again since, so I'm very glad I bought 3 bags of them. I only have 1 left. But yeah, okay, so I honestly, that wasn't even necessarily a taste test. That was more or less just me wanting to let you know the in. Okay, so next up this is one of the questionable items. And so they are Warheads Sour Taffy in the flavors, I'm assuming apple, blue raspberry, and watermelon. It doesn't actually say, it just shows the little pictures. But I found these at the dollar store, and so like I briefly mentioned earlier, if you've ever watched any of my dollar store taste test videos, you'll know that basically there's a weird hit or miss. It seems that with a lot of items that are sold at the dollar store, other companies will get the licensed rights to make something with that branding on it, and I'm guessing that like that's what I think it is, simply because the items that are sold at the dollar store just don't taste like the brand would have ever let that go out their own door. So for example, I've tried like sour ring pops that were absolutely foul, lemon head candy cane. Were the lemon head candy canes good, or those, I don't know. I remember there was one year that I tried 3 different candy canes from the dollar store, and at least 2 of them were absolutely foul. It is very much a hit or miss on whether the brand name things will be good or not. So I'm very nervous about this taffy because I have never seen it anywhere else. I've never seen any of the snacks and candy accounts I follow share this. So I'm a little nervous, but we're gonna try it. Oh, okay, first off, they're kind of oddly shaped, like they're longer and skinnier. These colors also remind me of when I was in like middle school. But okay, so obviously I'm gonna try one of each. Ooh, that is bright green. It kind of just tastes like a sour green apple, chewy now and later, with just not as much flavor. Like same texture too. Okay, watermelon. This one is not sour, but it definitely tastes like a watermelon now and later. All right, and does the blue raspberry taste like a now and later? Let's find out. Okay, so the verdict is that they're all absolutely delicious. They're a nice level of softness. They're not too chewy for a taffy. Like, they're definitely softer than Laffy Taffy. The flavor is impeccable, but they all taste like candy I've had before, and I would be willing to put money on it that they all taste like now and laters. So now I'm kind of wondering if the same company makes Warheads and now and laters, because these taste so similar. They're, like I said, they're absolutely delicious. So if you see these anywhere and you are a taffy person, they're super good. They're not really sour. I would say the green apple was the most sour, but they're really good if you like taffy, if you like this kind of candy, if you like these flavors. They're flavorful, they're soft enough, I like the size of them. They're a little bigger than a normal piece of taffy. They just taste like now and laters. Alright, so the next 3 items are all chocolate, which actually, that's really weird that I did it that way, because normally I prefer like the candy-ish items over the chocolate items, but I did it opposite this time, because normally I save what I'm hoping is the best for last, which I kind of did. But anyways, let's go on to chocolate. Okay, so first things first is this Fruity Pebbles birthday cake candy bar. So I want to say it was sometime last year in 2021. They came out with a Fruity Pebbles candy bar, just white chocolate with Fruity Pebbles in it. And I mean, it was pretty good, but it was just exactly that, white chocolate with Fruity Pebbles in it. So I got this one for a taste test because I'm curious how the birthday cake is, if it's the cereal that's different, if there's something in the bar that's different. I don't think I did the first one in a video. I think I just tried it for the sake of trying it. I don't remember. But either way, let go. Okay, so first off, it definitely smells a bit birthday cakey. I didn't try, so they came out with birthday cake Fruity Pebbles. And I'm pretty sure they were different colors, like they were more pinks and purples and stuff. And this here is definitely, those are definitely all of the original colors of Fruity Pebbles. So I'm curious then if that means that the chocolate is like icing flavored. So it broke beautifully, as you can tell. Okay, so well, yes, they definitely added some sort of like birthday cakey flavoring to the bar itself. I'm vastly disappointed. There is hardly any Fruity Pebbles in there. Like, you can see that there's stuff on the bottom, but there's hardly any mixed throughout. Like, that's pretty much all that's in there. Like, the layer that's on the bottom, and then through the rest of the chocolate, there's like no Fruity Pebbles. And the reason I'm being a little picky on it is because, if you don't know, my family owns a chocolate factory. Chocolate is what I do for a living. I'll link our wholesale business in the description below. But like I said, chocolate's what I do for a living. And so at one point we took white chocolate and we did barks out of it, so they were round pieces of white chocolate, and we mixed Fruity Pebbles into white chocolate and poured them into barks. And when my dad made it, he put so much Fruity Pebble in it that it was just super flavorful. It really tasted like Fruity Pebble. You got a ton of that Fruity Pebble flavor, whereas this, I was like chewing on this, and I was like, oh, there's the Fruity Pebble flavor. It was just, it's not as prominent as I know that it could be. So I'm actually quite disappointed in that I did not remember from the first time that I tried this that there was just clearly not enough Fruity Pebble in the bar itself. But I mean, it does taste good. It's a good idea, a good concept. I just think if you're going to have a bar that says that it's got a certain type of cereal in it, pack it with that cereal, fill it with that cereal, because like this would also be super good in a cinnamon toast crunch version. It would be phenomenal, but you would need it to be packed with the cereal. You don't just want like little flakes of the cereal, which is what this is. So I'm sadly mildly disappointed by this one. But if you wanted to go out and get a box of Fruity Pebbles cereal and white chocolate and make your own, I would just make sure you do a nicer ratio of Fruity Pebbles to chocolate. Just a thought. All right, so this could potentially be a first for me on this channel. I picked this up and I bought this and I brought it home and I said to myself, have I already done this in a video? Have I already taste tested this? And I don't think so. I don't think I have, but I also think there's a chance I might have. So if I have, please let me know. I will clearly be the first to admit it, own up to it. However, I couldn't remember what it tried like. Couldn't remember what it tasted like. I couldn't remember when I would have tasted it or what video I would have done it in. So I said, screw it. We're gonna pretend we're trying this for the first time, even if it's potentially not the first time, but I'm pretty sure it's the first time. Oh, but it's a salted caramel Milky Way. She smells good. Yeah, even after tasting it, I still think there's a solid chance that I may have tried it before, but I don't remember. So either way, my review is this. It's pretty good. If you like sea salt caramels, you'll probably absolutely love it. You have the traditional Milky Way flavor with that added salt. It's different, it's fun, it's nice. At first I was kind of like, why don't they just add a little sea salt to regular Milky Ways? Like, do they really need an entire other bar where the only difference is a little bit of salt? But I can understand it. It's for the same reason that at our candy store we sell regular caramels and sea salt caramels, because people definitely have different preferences. So I would say it's really good if you like sea salt caramels, if you like Milky Ways, definitely worth a try. It's definitely different. And I think it would honestly make sense for them to have something they just continue, because sea salt caramels are so popular. Like, it's very popular to put salt on caramel. So I could understand if they wanted to make it part of their permanent lineup. However, I don't know if it is or not. But it's good. All right. Last, but clearly not the least, is Snickers cinnamon bun, peanuts, cinnamon bun flavored nougat, caramel, and milk chocolate. And I am flippin' excited for this one. I know I've definitely not tried this one. This is brand new, came out very recently, and I think the packaging is rather cute. I like the blue color. It's also kind of small. I don't know, maybe they're normally that size? Okay, that's actually kind of funny. There's 4 grams of protein in a Snickers bar. That's definitely more than I thought. It's a little too much cinnamon and not enough bun. So, I mean, it's good, but I think it needed a little something else to give it that cinnamon bun flavor. This just kind of tastes like they added cinnamon to a Snickers instead of like adding cinnamon and something else. Like, they almost needed to add some sort of like buttery flavor or something to add an extra level or layer of flavor, because as it stands, it kind of just tastes like a Snickers with cinnamon added to the caramel or added to the nougat or whatever. You definitely taste it, and it's nice. It's not bad. It's just not what I thought it was going to be. It was just kind of like a, okay, I'm somebody who really likes cinnamon, so I can appreciate this, but it's not something I would massively gravitate towards. And I wouldn't sit here and, like, if they handed it to me and said, here, name this new flavor of Snickers, I would hand it back and say, like, cinnamon Snickers, and they might be like, okay, we're going to call it cinnamon bun to make it a little more creative. Like, that's kind of the vibe I'm getting from this. So like I said, it's good. It's just not, it's a little too much cinnamon and not enough bun. I think that's like the best way to describe it. So, like, for what it says it is, 6 out of 10. For just the flavor and what it is in general, 8 out of 10, if that makes sense. Because I think sometimes names of items can give us almost like a false sense of what we think we're going to be eating, because it's almost like when the people at Bath and Body Works name candles, they take, like, they'll put in just like, you know, pumpkin scent and vanilla scent, and they'll turn it into like home cooked pumpkin pie vanilla ice cream something. And that's almost the vibe I'm getting here, where they're like, ooh, let's see what happens if we add cinnamon to the nougat. And we're like, oh my god, this is so good, we'll call it cinnamon bun. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting from this, which is fine. I think it just sets us up for slightly higher expectations sometimes than what we end up getting. Like in my whenever video that was, like 2 videos ago, I taste tested a couple new Oreos. And I think because it said toffee crunch, my expectations of a crunch were a little high, and so I was a little bit let down. And then with the ultimate chocolate, it was very chocolatey, but I think I was expecting something that knocked my socks off. So maybe it's a combination of me having too high of expectations and the people who are doing all of the naming getting a little bit wordy. Like, maybe it's a little combination of both. I don't know. What do you think? What do you think? But either way, with that said, I would have to say that I'm super pumped to say that the Warhead Taffy was easily my favorite thing from this video, and I was the most scared to try that because I wasn't sure about a dollar store item. But yeah, if you've tried any of this, I would love to know your thoughts. If you have differing opinions about the Snickers and the Milky Way, please let me know. I would love to know. If there's any other Valentine's Day stuff you think I or anybody else watching should try, please leave it in the comments. I'm not going to do another Valentine's Day video because there's not enough time, but I would still love to know. And yeah, with that being said, if you enjoyed this video, it would help me out tremendously and absolutely make my day if you gave the video a thumbs up and subscribed, especially because I've got a lot of fun stuff coming up. I've had people recommend or request a cereal taste testing video, so I'm gonna do that. A Pop-Tarts taste testing video, so I'm gonna do that. So I've got some very fun stuff coming up very soon, and so I will see you in the next videos for all that fun stuff. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.